Danny Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Friday. Woohoo! It's May 17th. I'm your host, Danny Gurry. I'm a little frazzled today because I left my water bottle at our nail appointment yesterday, got pedicures with my mom and Larissa, my son's girlfriend, and I hate when I do that. I hate it, because it gets me all out of whack, and I'm praying that the lovely people at the nail salon still have it. I have to go by this morning and get it. I've not been without it. And the last time I left my water bottle, it was when my son got his wisdom teeth out, and I was so distracted getting him into the car. And I had to go to Gaithersburg for that appointment. Even though they have a Frederick office, no one would bring me my water bottle. So I had to order another one. So I know, first world problems, but you know how when you have something every day and then you don't have it, things are kind of out of whack. Well, that's how it is for me today, and it's no good because we have an event tonight that I am kind of in charge of, Low Key Fest. I got my Low Key Fest shirt on, my volunteer shirt for Key City Rotary. So anyway, it can only get better, right? And again, I know, it's just a lost water bottle. It is not a big deal, but it's just one of those things. All right, I want to thank you all for the support on socials. You've helped me get to 234 subscribers on YouTube. My goal now is to hit 250 by Monday. So please share the YouTube channel on your socials if you can. Scroll through a few videos and give them a like. That also helps to let the platforms know that we're engaging. We're creating some engaging content. Maybe you all can send me just a little bit of hearts because you feel for me on my Friday lost water bottle venture. And I want to thank everybody who reminded me. Marlou Ridge was the name of the camp that we went to in 8th grade. A couple people, somebody on YouTube, somebody, I think Alexa on Facebook, reminded me Marlou Ridge. I don't know why I couldn't remember that name. That's crazy. Because I think I was a counselor at Marlou Ridge in the after the like in 10th grade or whatever. We went and counseled. All right, have you stopped into the home of Everything Frederick yet? It is absolutely awesome. I'm going to share just a quick little tour of the shop. It changes every single day I'm in there. I was in there yesterday, and you may have seen in the group Everything Frederick and More. And if you're not a member there, shame on you. You should be. But new window decals went on yesterday thanks to the team at Fox Tree Designs, and it looks gorgeous. One of the windows has the Home of Everything Frederick logo on it, and little words are along the bottom that says, you know, artisans and everything, and it's really, really cute. But you can see, look, we got a lot of stuff for sale. Those glass images are cutting boards from Tara Flannery. Shannon's got a ton of great stuff of branded Everything Frederick. I'm still working on my stuff, but I do have some stickers, some magnets. In that case, we've got the stuff from Hammer Glamour is in there along with stuff from Frederick Made. You can see I got a few t-shirts down there, the ones with the transfers on the front. Great place to sit and work. There are charging stations there. You can just plug in you have to bring your charger. Oh, it looks like they do have some extra chargers there. But there's some USB ports and everything in there. We've had a lot of people who have come in to work on their laptops and just chill out. So it's a great place. Mom and I will be at the shop tomorrow. Tomorrow, from 11 to 2. So if you're in downtown Frederick tomorrow, please stop by and see us. Okay, on the show today, I chat with Chris McDonald, who's the new executive director of the Golden Mile Alliance, and Monica and I have a chat. She's from 10th Ward. She is the Whiskey Woman, and she tells me all about the Spirits of Maryland, which is the event happening tomorrow. Fingers crossed, we may chat with one of the flying cows this morning They are playing away tonight, but are back home on Sunday for the final home game of the regular season. All right, well, let's kick this thing off and get it going. All right, we want to thank our show sponsor, We Help You Move. Nicholas and his team of moving experts will be able to move you across the street, from a storage unit to a storage unit, or across the country. And our goal is to get them to Montana. I believe that is one state that Nicholas has not yet moved to or from since he's been in business since the late 80s, mid 80s. So we want to get him to Montana. So if you know anybody who's moving to or from Montana, please let me know. We Help You Move is veteran owned and a supporter of the Frederick community. Fantastic organization. They've helped me move. They've actually helped me move a love seat from in our kind of loft area on the third floor to the basement when Mom and Steve were moving in. So they will help you no matter what you need. Contact them at wehelpyoumove.com. Weather today, a stray shower or thunderstorm, high of 74. I'm watching the radar. I will make a call by 12:30 if we have to cancel the event. I think it looks pretty clear until about 7 or 7:30, so we could at least get through most of our event tonight. Rain. And rain tomorrow and 65. I don't know why it keeps happening on the weekends. Sunday is mostly cloudy and 77. Monday through Wednesday, partly cloudy and in the 80s, with Wednesday hitting 86. Tuesday and Wednesday look like perfect days to take PTO. So I vote we shift our weekend to Tuesday, Wednesday. I'd rather work when it's rainy and gross out, but all right, well, if you have PTO to take, good for you. I would take it on Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like awesome days. All right, I'm not going to let the weather get me down too much, although I am totally affected by those weather disorders. What is it called? SAD? Well, that's kind of the light thing, right, in the winter. So it's just and the other day was so nice, Thursday. Thursday was beautiful. That was just yesterday, yeah. All right, giveaways. If you want 2 tickets to come with me in the rain to Spirits of Maryland, all you got to do is text. I will select a winner probably by noon. The tickets will be either left for you or they'll email them. I think they can email them right to you. That's what happened for the Craft Beverage Festival. So if you want to go tomorrow, it looks like an amazing event. You're going to hear all about it from Monica later in the show. We've got those scones as well. We've got the Maryland Lottery scratch off, the $5 big spin ticket. Those expire today. Today is the last day. Now, I give people till 9 p.m. because a lot of people watch this stream after they get off of work. Not too many people are able to watch the stream live. So that will be available then. So they have until 9 o'clock. But the other ones as well, you have another week or so to enter to win. And check your texts. I've texted the people who won the B-Dubs Island Soul gift certificates. I texted you. And if you texted me for Cal's tickets, I've texted you as well. I need your name and your email address so that I can be sure those tickets can be emailed to you for Sunday's game. All right. We would love to pack the house for Sunday for sure because it is our last home game and we are waiting for the results of the final standings till we figure out about playoffs. But it looks like playoffs start the first weekend in June and fingers crossed, it looks like we could have a home game, at least one, maybe 2 for that playoff, which would be fantastic. All right, let's get something to make us feel good. That's what I like. I call this the Feel Good Files. We've got a garden party coming June 18th. But before that, I'm looking for, I think we've got 8 or 9 baskets created now. I would love at least one more, but we can have as many as you guys put in, okay? Because we can help, have more fun, raise more money for charity. All right, so we're looking for teams of women to put together baskets to be raffled off. The baskets should be valued at least $500. They should look phenomenal because it's going to be all about how it looks. Of course, whatever's inside as well is going to make a big difference. And very soon, we're going to give you more details about how you can support these local charities by buying raffle tickets. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think these ladies are going to have a great time. We've got a bunch of groups of ladies so far, but we'd love to see a few more participate. But we really do appreciate all the support and the excitement about this fun idea. All right, speaking of feeling good and doing amazing things, Alexa from Charles Studio has donated $500 to the Scott Key Center prom. Now that is about half of our food budget, and we still need your help. So if you can, please donate at scottkeycenter.org. The prom theme is out of this world, and we've got so many people stepping up. All the people listed there have given their time, their materials, their designs completely free of charge. And we want to thank them. So the Arc on Market Street, Bill Iser from Weiser Productions, Jolena from Sun and Moon Balloon Design, Uncle Ralph's Cookies, Ellen Fowler, and Reed 360 Photo Booth. And then we really appreciate the people who have stepped up to volunteer to help set up. I think we need 2 or 3 more people. And to help clean up, of course, we need about 4 more people for the cleanup, which will happen at 1 o'clock. And it's only about an hour each side. So 10 to 11 a.m. for setup and 1 to 2 for cleanup. Oh, I also want to thank George from All-in-One Events. I don't know why I didn't think to reach out to him for the red carpet. Of course he's got a red carpet. So he's providing the red carpet so that they Scott Key Center clients can walk in and just feel absolutely amazing. We are still also, if you can find any sort of decorations that would help us create this space theme, or that's what I'm thinking, planets or things like that, I think that would be awesome to help decorate the room too. All right, but we couldn't do it without all of you who have stepped up, pitched in, and made sure that the Scott Key Center is going to have a great time. They are so excited. I can't even tell you how excited they are. I can't wait to take photos and get some video footage of them on the day. All of the dresses, suits, and everything that you guys donated, they were ecstatic about. Again, you have to think a lot of these people have never attended a prom. There are some in their 30s and 40s and even 50s. And we want to give them a spectacular day. So we could not do it without you. Really want to thank you for that. All right, after the quick break, we'll talk about all the events going on in Frederick, and we're going to meet Chris McDonald from the Golden Mile Alliance, and it is coming right after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
And that is George from All-in-One Events, again, who donated the red carpet for the prom. I want to thank Sandra. I had coffee with her yesterday, And she said she's gotten a call from somebody who thought they heard her on the radio, but she's not on the radio. So she's thinking somebody was either watching YouTube or maybe overheard somebody watching YouTube, which is phenomenal. But if you need anything done to your home, okay, so it's rained a lot. You may have noticed a couple of leaks, or you may have noticed that your gutters are just not doing the job they need to do. Just give her a call. Now, you can't text this number, okay? I think I said inadvertently that text her and tell her that Danny said hi. But this is a landline, so 301-703-2157 is her landline, okay? But you can just give her a call. Say, hey, Sandra, Danny said to say hello. Or you can email info@ansconstruction.net. But certainly, if you need your roofing or siding worked on right now, she said that's the big thing a lot of people are calling about. You might have noticed some siding that, during the winter or during the early spring is lifting because of the heavy winds or, the rains and stuff like that. Just give her a call and you can find out what it's going to take to maybe replace it or repair it. She can help you. And I can tell you right now, she will take great care of you. And of course, she's extended that special offer to all of our viewers, $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. And I'm sure if you have some repairs on anything else, she would probably be happy to give you that $50 off. Just let her know Danny said so, okay? Besides, she's my chamber ambassador, so I'll just say, well, that's how it goes. All right. Have you got your summer plans set for your kids yet? I know. It is now coming very, very quickly. I think the kids are out of school in about 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks. Well, if you don't, and you've got kids aged 6 to 14, you've got to check out Camp Westmar.
6 to 14 who are looking for an awesome summer. Head to the YMCA's Camp Westmar Open House this Sunday, May 19th from 1 to 3 p.m. Meet the staff, tour the camp, enjoy an ice cream and toppings bar served by the summer camp cooks. Tons of fun at Camp Westmar. Swimming in the outdoor pool, archery, fishing, climbing wall and ropes course, hiking, camp favorite Gaga Ball, arts and crafts, and more. Ages 6 to 14 can choose daytime camp, or ages 9 to 14 can select overnight camp. Put the electronics away and get outside this summer, make new friends, and have the best summer ever. Parents, transportation is provided from the Downtown Y or the Natelli Family Y. Check it all out. This Sunday, May 19th from 1 to 3 p.m. Camp West Mar, 14509 Brown Road in Sibyllsville. Get all the information at frederickymca.org.
All right. Camp Westmar, of course, having their open house this weekend, and we'll talk about that right now in Happening in Frederick. All right. If you want to know what's happening in Frederick, the easiest way to do it is to text the word calendar to 888-465-2944. That way, you will have access to this glorious creation that I have here. Let's just see. We've got the calendar up here. All right. So this is where we are. Again, you can view by the week, by the month, or like me, if you need a better view, you can look right here at the agenda version. So you can see what's going on the calendar. So let's see. Today, you can head over to the home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. We're open 11 to 7. And you can pick up some great, there's some great Maryland logoed stuff like bottle openers. There's some stickers. There's I think there's a couple shirts in there too. Other than the Good Morning Frederick, which also has the Maryland flag on it. We know you guys are obsessed, and I say you guys, me included, obsessed with the Maryland flag. I've never seen any other state. I don't think there's any other state in our country that loves their flag as much as Maryland does. All right, don't forget today you can head over to St. Peter's and Paul Greek Orthodox Church on 7th Street. They've got stuff going on until 8 p.m., 11 to 8 p.m., but if you want a gyro that you like is out of this world good and other amazing Greek fare, please head over there. You will be disappointed if you miss it. They have appetizers and pastries along with traditional Greek dancing, so you can get your dance on over there as well. And WFRE will be broadcasting live from 11 to 1. Tonight, of course, is our Low Key Festival. It is the way Key City Rotary is saying hello to Frederick. It is our debutante, so to speak, and we wanted to just have a little social event. There is no hard fundraising push. There's nothing like it. In fact, it's just live music. We've got some adult beverages. There'll be free water available too. Bring your family. Bring the kids. We're going to have a ton of crafts for the kids to do. We're going to have some games for the kids to play like Connect Four and Cornhole. It's going to be a great time. So that starts at 5 o'clock this afternoon and goes till 8. Now, again, I'm going to check the forecast. I think we're going to be able to go. We're going to get it started, and we'll see what happens as the evening goes on. There is also Relay for Life, happens starting tonight at 7 p.m. And goes until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's to raise money for the American Cancer Society. Tomorrow, again, weather, it's going to be iffy. But if you want to head out, oh yes, Walkersville Days is tomorrow. So if you're a yard sale fan, there are bake sales throughout Walkersville. There's a ton of things going on tomorrow. Walkersville Days, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. So sorry you guys aren't going to have beautiful weather. I hate when yard sales are planned and the weather isn't the greatest, but hopefully you'll be able to get rid of some of your stuff in spring cleaning and make a little money. Moon Valley Farm is having their Strawberry Festival kind of in coordination with Walkersville Days. They are right in Woodsboro, and you can pick your own organic strawberries. There'll be food, games, farm tours, and more there. We love Moon Valley Farm, and I'll be interviewing her very soon. We were supposed to do something before, but schedules get crazy, and I totally understand that. Tomorrow, Mom and I will be at the home of Everything Frederick. We'll be there from 11 to 2. If you want to come by and say hello, I'd love to maybe interview you because you're a cool person of Frederick, even if you don't own a business and you're just a fan of Good Morning Frederick or Everything Frederick and more. I'd love to just chat and see how you're doing because this show is all about you. We also have the grand opening of X Golf. I mean, the place has been open for a while, but they're doing their big grand opening celebration tomorrow. It's pretty, I haven't been there yet, so I'm going to have to try to get by there. An indoor golf, and apparently it's not all about golf. There are other things as well, so you might want to head over and check them out. I will be at the Spirits of Maryland, okay? I will be there. The event is, I think, the VIP might be 1:30. I can't remember what she said. Well, we're going to talk to Monica, actually, in just a minute. We're going to hear from her and find out all about it. But anyway, there is a really cool whiskey class, Whiskey University, I think they call it, and you can add on to your ticket with that. If you're a designated driver, you just pay $10, and you can get in and drive all your friends around. But there are going to be, from Frederick, we've got 10th Ward, we've got Puerto Rico Distillery, McClintock, and Rosy Cheeks. I left out Puerto Rico Distillery when I was talking about this yesterday, and that is totally my bad because they make excellent rum. And then the other places are from around Maryland. So there are distilleries coming from Southern Maryland and Baltimore and all around there. All right, I just heard, I'm gonna stop this real quick because the general manager from the Flying Cows has just popped in and we want to talk about what's coming up this weekend with the Flying Cows. Let's welcome Chris Jenkins, the general manager of the Flying Cows. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You sound a little froggy. Is this too early for you?
No, this is good. It's just been a long couple weeks with all these
I
home games, but it's been fun. It's good.
Well, I tell you, I mean, for the Flying Cows inaugural season, we couldn't be more proud, and you couldn't be more excited, I would imagine, than to have a season finishing the way that it has so far.
Yeah, it's been awesome on and off the court. Obviously, winning helps everything, but the fans, the community, everyone kind of coming together and supporting. The last Friday night was an awesome crowd, and we're excited to build on that.
Yes, absolutely. So I've been begging for a sellout on Sunday. How do the ticket sales look now? And let's talk a little bit about the Barnyard Bash. This is going to happen.
Yeah, ticket sales look good. We're expecting a really good crowd, especially for a Sunday. Yeah, it looks really solid. If you're looking for courtside seats, I'd recommend getting them sooner than later because they are starting to move pretty quickly. But anyone can get seats in the next few days, general admission, and get their tickets from there.
Awesome. And then the Barnyard Bash, which happens from 2 to 4 on Sunday. What is that going to is that free to attend? And, what are we going to have?
Yeah, it's free to attend. Definitely looking for people to attend both. Come to the Barnyard Bash and then go to the game. So come into the game early, essentially. So yeah, it's 2 to 4 games at 4 o'clock. There'll be a lot going on. It's going to be in that area. We'll post some photos of kind of where it is and send out some emails. But essentially, there's an open grass space. It's called the Outdoor Theater at Hood. It's directly across from the arena we play at, and then kind of next to and across from the turf, like soccer field as well. So it's right across. If people come to the arena, they'll be able to find it pretty quickly. Just follow the music, essentially. So we'll have Let There Be Rock School of Frederick there with 2 different bands performing. They'll be switching on and off between the day. Whole Barnyard Bash is presented by Wegmans of Frederick and in partnership with the Downtown Frederick Partnership. So those that are, if you were at Alive at 5 last night, it's going to be a very similar vibe to that. We'll also have a beer garden with Brewers Alley Wagon food truck in there. So you, anyone 21 plus can be in there and enjoy an alcoholic beverage for the game, a slam dunk Kolsch like everybody likes. And then we can go on and on. A bunch of other inflatables, face painters. We just locked in some therapy dogs for people to pet. A lot of our sponsors will have booths, so it's gonna be fun. Hot dog eating contest.
Fun.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Look, I think that what the Flying Cows have created here in Frederick and the reason that it's been so successful is the accessibility to the players, right? I feel like the
100%.
players are so warm and genuine. They love the interaction with the fans. The courtside seats are phenomenal. First of all, you get just prime seating, and sometimes you might have some involvement in either what we do during the breaks or the game itself. Yeah. What is your, I guess, feeling about that kind of thing, the interaction, the engagement? Is this something that is typical for TBL, or do you feel like it's just we've created a different vibe here?
It's typical. It's typical for some teams in the TBL, but I would say we've taken it to another level. Basically, there's a different world than like the Wizards or Boston Celtics or Lakers or anything like that, where these guys feel like superstars and untouchables, and you can't even talk to them without getting thrown out of the arena type thing. So, yeah, that's exactly what we want. We want it to be accessible as possible. We want the guys in the community. You'll just randomly see them at Alive at 5 or Battle of the Bands or anything like that, just walking around downtown. They all go eat at Frederick Social and Glory Days and a bunch of different places all the time. So, yeah, we just want them for anyone to be able to feel like they can go up and talk to them and be approachable as possible.
Yeah, well, you can definitely tell if they are somewhere because other than Damien and maybe Tevin, they're all like 6'10". So
yeah, they definitely stand out.
Let's talk a little bit about the players. You guys have worked hard. We've gotten some new players over the past few weeks, but they all seem to be gelling really well. I do think we have the leading 3-point scorer with Charlie, and I think everyone is doing really well. Do we have any other particular league standouts?
Yeah, so Charlie's leading the league in threes by a lot, a good margin. And if you come to the games, you can pretty quickly see why. Tavares is top five in the league in rebounds, as you would expect. He's got about 12 rebounds a game. I believe Tevin is top five in the league in assists, so he's dishing the ball out there. And then we've got a couple other new guys that have come right in, and if they were here all year, would probably be league leaders in something, but have only been here a few games. So obviously Quentin, who was at Virginia, is kind of one of our top leading scorers right now in his couple of games he's been here. We just signed another new guy, Omega Harris, who just finished his season up in Canada, and our sister, our mother maybe, organization or league up there, from the similar to the Montreal team we played and beat
Right.
here. He just wrapped up his season. He was first team defensive player of the year, so people should be very excited to see him this weekend and the rest of the year. He's going to be a crucial piece for us. Our defense was already great, but we can definitely continue to get better on that.
Holy
so
cow.
he's going to be a huge piece.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I think
he's probably one of the more athletic and entertaining guys we've had all year. So being in warm-ups, he will be a sight to see as well.
Oh, I cannot wait. Look, it is the most exciting thing. Your kids, if you've got them, they're going to have a ball. If you're an adult, we've got a hospitality area. You can get your seats upstairs and enjoy beverages. And, there's a big screen in there so you can watch the game. Don't miss anything. But it is the most fun I've had doing anything. Really, at all. And I love that Frederick has this accessibility. Your tickets are affordable to take your family out to a game. The food is affordable, and we make things as convenient as possible. So come on out this Sunday. Go to goflyingcows.com. Pick up your tickets for Sunday's game. It's 4 o'clock, and be sure you come early to the Barnyard Bash. 2 to 4. That's going to be happening at Hood College. Chris, thanks so much, and we will see you Sunday.
Yeah, thank you. See you this weekend.
All right. Yeah, so fun. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you. Everybody who comes says it's a great time, but there is something about the energy when we sell more than 1,000 tickets, and we've done it a few times this season, and it is so fun. So please get your tickets to that. All right, we were kind of in the middle of what's happening, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring Monica on to tell us about Spirits of Maryland, which happens tomorrow, and then we'll finish up with the rest of the week. Well, Frederick is all about the distilleries, and we have several right here in our hometown, but lots more throughout Maryland. And this weekend, we are celebrating many of them, not all of them. And I am with Monica Pierce, the whiskey woman from 10th Ward Distilling. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's a beautiful day. How are you doing?
Oh, it's so nice to see the sunshine. So you are part, as a distiller, you're part of this Maryland Distillers Guild, correct? Yeah. And I know you and I have chatted about this over the years, just about how collaborative the distillers are throughout the state, as well as even with the brewers and things like that. So I love to see kind of these collaborations or these events that celebrate kind of everything that's great about the distilling world. And is that what this event is kind of doing on Saturday?
Yeah, so the theme now of the festival atmosphere that the Maryland Distillers Guild is putting together is what we call Spirits of Maryland. And then we're highlighting them in different regions. So we always have a Spirits of Southern Maryland every year. And then we'll have Spirits of Frederick this weekend. And we're slowly starting to brand this more of a program so that we can reach different audiences around the state.
Very cool. So it's a little tour of all the distilleries in the area. I love it. I love it. So how long has this been happening?
Wow. So the Guild has been around for, I want to say almost 10 years now. And we have slowly grown to I don't know how many, 30 something distilleries that are either open or opening.
Wow.
And so we've slowly added events on to a part of our repertoire. The Spirit Festival in Frederick, we've done about 6 or 7 years now, probably.
Okay.
We might have skipped a little bit during COVID times.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's fascinating. And now, so I love that you guys picked where was it done previous to this year?
We had done it at the Frederick Fairgrounds. We had done it the most at last year. We were at, it's a church that had turned into an art gallery on 2nd Street, but it's not quite big enough for the capacity that we need. So
Gotcha.
we started getting creative.
Yeah. Okay. So this Saturday, and you guys picked the site of the Visitation kind of rebrand, which is I'm so excited to see because I bet it's phenomenal. So the idea of this event is that you are able, a person who buys a ticket can go around and taste not only the whatever the person is distilled or the company's distilled, but drinks, craft cocktail samples, and then you can purchase what you like and take it home.
Correct. And we've got a bottle check, so you don't have to walk around all day carrying your stuff.
Ah, love that. Love that. So, I was looking on there, and there are, I think there's 3 or 4 that I know. Are the rest from Frederick, or they're from Maryland area?
They're from all over. You have St. Michael's, Baltimore, Southern Maryland, those that are willing to make the drive out.
Yeah.
If I can tell you how many we have in total, I've got my little vendor list open right now. 15 distilleries, and then about 15 non-distillery vendors that are either cocktail-inspired vendors or spring-inspired vendors. We're kind of going with a little spring theme this year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'll make sure and share that. So it's really well worth if you, and I'm assuming, well, we know of the 3 that I know, Rosy Cheeks, you, and McClintock, you know, everybody does something a little bit different and, you know, has a little bit of a twist on maybe some classics. And are you guys also going to be showcasing like any of your canned cocktails or premixes too?
Yeah, we'll have the canned cocktails. Anybody with a VIP ticket gets a free cocktail when they walk in the door. So they'll also get a complimentary board canned cocktail. And then there will just be a mobile cocktail bar making full drinks if anybody wants to purchase one with Maryland spirits as well.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So other than purchasing a ticket, which we want everybody to do, even though it may not be the nicest day, we're going to don our rain gear. We're going to put our boots on. I tell you, if I come prepared for rain, it'll be sunny and clear. So I'm going to make sure I'm prepared from top to bottom. But what else can we expect while we're there during this event?
Yeah, as you mentioned, the primary thing is the tasting. So you get a chance to sample lots of really cool different types of offerings from around the state. Another thing I suggest, which could be a really fun thing to do, is that Maryland rye has now been, or I guess rye whiskey has now been dubbed the state spirit officially. So there are a number of us making Maryland rye whiskey. So I suggest going around and seeing if you can taste and compare the difference of what we've done, which is really neat.
Well, and I love that. I think end of last year, we were talking and they were, I think, was it last year they were considering that and then it made it official?
Yeah, they made it official in 2023.
Yeah. That is so exciting. That is really exciting that you are kind of part of this statehood. I love it.
And then an extra ticket that you can add on to if you want to at 12 o'clock. We're hosting Whiskey University Maryland Rye Tasting Class. So that's a supplemental ticket if you want to do that before the festival, and they'll taste through, I think, 5 different Maryland ryes. They'll talk about it. You'll learn all about the history of each distillery and a few other things, tasting notes, stuff like that.
Oh, that's really excellent. What a great gift idea for somebody maybe who has a special occasion this weekend, or even an early Father's Day present maybe if your dad is into ryes and whiskeys and great cocktails from some of our awesome distillers from here in Frederick and around the state. All right, Monica, so you can go online. I've posted the link. We'll make sure that the link is up for them to get the tickets. So it is this Saturday. VIP starts at noon?
No, the class is at noon. VIP starts at 1:30. General admission is at 2.
Okay.
We'll also accept walk-ins because we're not at capacity yet. So people can also just come on up and purchase a ticket if you're making a last-minute decision.
Okay. And the entrance is off of 2nd Street, right?
Correct.
Yes. Awesome. All right. Well, we will see you and your lovely 10th Ward cocktails and bottles this Saturday at Spirits of Maryland. We will see you this Saturday.
Awesome. Thanks, Danny.
Okay, so yes, that is tomorrow, and we love all of our local distilleries. Again, Rosy Cheeks, Puerto Rico Distillery, 10th Ward, McClintock, our Frederick, and then there are a bunch coming from out of town, and like she said, 15 vendors as well who will be participating in the event tomorrow. All right, I'm going to get back into the calendar because if you want the link to get your tickets for the Spirits of Maryland, you can do that right here. So you can see, no, you can't see because I'm not sharing my screen. You can Friday. Okay, here we go. All right, now you can see, because I'm sharing my screen, that if you click on, if you have the calendar, just text calendar to 888-465-2944 and it's just an auto response. You're going to get a link right to this calendar. You can click right here to purchase your tickets, and that will open a window for you there. Okay, so tons of things. That is going to be a great event tomorrow. Also, again, want to remind you that on Sunday, Camp Westmar's open house is from 1 to 3. If you've got kids 6 to 14, you're going to want to head out there and check it out. It is going to be a fun day where you can tour the camp, see inside the cabins. You get some ice cream just for the visit. You can meet some of the YMCA staff, the camp staff, and check that out there. And the kids can run around and be crazy. And you don't have to worry about them climbing on stuff or doing stuff because that's what the place is there for. All right, next week, next Thursday, is the lip sync competition, Lip Sync Ship's annual lip sync battle. I'm going to be one of the judges. And if you really want a fun evening to help raise money for Ship, please come out. It's at Attaboy Barrel House, and tickets are $55. Get you an open bar with Attaboy beers and wine, plus a meat and cheese bar, plus a pasta bar. And like I said, the whole reason is you're helping out homeless students in Frederick County. It's going to be a fun day. All right, and if you haven't yet, get your baskets together because on June 18th, we're going to be doing that garden party at the Inn at Fingerboard Farm, and that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So if you don't want to make a basket with some friends, that's cool. I think we only need 2 or 3 more to really round out our numbers. You can come to this event. Mark your calendar, June 18th. For that garden party, and that's going to be from, I think it's 5 to 8 p.m. So you can get all of this, just text calendar to 888-465-2944, and if you have an event you want included, even if it's, community event or anything that's open to the public, you can email it to me at everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, one more quick break, then you're going to hear all the ideas of the new director of the Golden Mile Alliance, and it's coming just after this.
Key City Rotary presents the Low Key Festival, a family-friendly, all-ages event on May 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Carroll Creek Amphitheater. Tickets are just $5 in advance, $10 at the door. Kids under 5 are free. Live music, food from Grilled Cheese Please, traditional authentic Mexican and Rocky Point Creamery, adult drinks from Rockwell Brewery, 10th Ward Distilling and Hidden Hills Winery. Come out to downtown Frederick and have some low-key fun.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
All right, jumping right into Doing Good in the Neighborhood, sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors, serving the area for more than 34 years. Wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, pretty much anything you can put on your floor, they can handle. Give them a call today at 301-948-9663 or go to atlaswoodfloors.net. Schedule a quote, because then my little brother comes up to Frederick and gets to see Mom and I, all right? So atlaswoodfloors.net. All right, Chris McDonald isn't from Frederick, but he fell in love with our town, and he has now been tasked with the director's role for the Golden Mile Alliance. Let's meet Chris. We're at Warehouse Cinemas.
Yes, we are.
I'm with Chris McDonald, the executive director of the Golden Mile Alliance. Well, welcome to a new role.
Thank you.
Exciting.
I'm very excited to be here and excited to see kind of what goes on the mile.
Yeah. So Middletown Valley Bank is where you had been before this.
That's right.
And you started in this role. They got you at what point?
We engaged about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And as the Alliance was kind of getting formalized funding for the role, it's the first time that there's ever been an executive director here at the Golden Mile. Once we were able to finalize that, things moved very fast, but prior to that it was a little bit slow. Of course.
So I recall the Golden Mile Alliance, all volunteer organization, probably about 8 years ago. I think I was helping out a little bit. Actually, it had to be more than that because it had to have been 10 years ago. I was helping out with some of the events they were doing. So this is a City of Frederick role?
It is not.
Right. So it's the nonprofit Golden Mile Alliance, and you are the executive director of that. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what was the decision to actually bring you on? Because I think it's an awesome idea, because it really, volunteers are awesome. It's just everybody kind of has their own idea about what's supposed to happen. And I think it's going to be great having somebody spearheading. Was that kind of the reasoning?
Yeah, part of it was that. Part of it was also just bringing some structure and stability to the organization and a unified voice and a unified place to go. And our volunteer board is amazing. They've done a lot of work, and since 2012 when it was incepted.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it must have been kind of right around that time, maybe 2013, 14. I was involved with them. So that's awesome. So what are kind of like the first three things you really want to wrap your arms around for the Golden Mile?
I think first and foremost is just getting to know the community and the business leaders. The second piece of that is to connect the two together, because we're going to be stronger as a business community together and as a residential community together. And then putting them both together, that even emboldens that.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'm looking at finding a sense of space where centralized we can go and have a place that is our own.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a mural, or maybe it's a place that everybody recognizes this is the Golden Mile.
I kind of like that, kind of like entry gates as you come down 40, or something that really shows you this is the start of what, when I moved here, was the place. Mm-hmm. It was the circuit, to those of you who were born when I was. We drove around it downtown, and you'd always come out to 40. What would you say are the number one challenges with the Golden Mile Alliance, with your role, and maybe just reintroducing Frederick to the Golden Mile?
I think first and foremost, we need better engagement with our property owners, our businesses, and our community. And so once we get that engagement and we get the buy-in of what we're trying to do, I think everything from there really kind of steamrolls.
Yeah.
But until we do that, that's kind of the first piece of it.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the work that I'm doing at the very start is just kind of listening and learning and, getting people fired up about, what we're trying to do now and then moving forward.
Yeah. Would you say that they're, on the horizon, like what are your thoughts about how you'd like to engage the rest of Frederick with this, 2 mile or how long is it? I mean, is it 1 mile? It is.
No, it's
way more
much,
than a mile.
yeah, it's way more than a mile.
Because it goes up way, I was going to say it's more than a mile. That is funny. It is the Golden Mile. The Golden Mile plus. But like, what are your thoughts about like what you might bring to help re-engage communities once you've kind of gotten the lay of the land? Yeah,
I want to reintroduce the things that make this district special. The fact that it's so engaging. There's so many small businesses. The community is very, very tight. It's very eclectic. We have an international community that's out here, and I want to highlight that. And we're looking at some different types of events, possibly one towards the end of the year, where we highlight that diversity that's out here, because that's what makes this unique than any other place. Not only here in Frederick, but really as you look in the surrounding areas, there's not another place like this, especially on the national highway behind us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that a lot of people who have been in Frederick a long time have a preconception, right? That I think if you're not engaging, you're never going to change your mind. And I think having those events and the community being involved and meeting the people that are in and introducing some of these great businesses to Frederick is a great way to do it. You came from out of town, and you came to Middletown Valley Bank, and now you're here. So you were seeing Frederick, I think, through fresh eyes, which I think is really great. Again, you come in kind of with no real preconception of what was. Do you feel like that there's some impact that you'll be able to have on the plans to do something with the other half of this space, where the Frederick Town Mall used to be? Do you feel like you being here is going to help maybe move some of those ideas and plans forward?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
That is on the top of the priority list. I've engaged with specifically with this, the mall space, the ownership already.
Yeah.
And just trying to, hey, what are our plans here?
Yeah.
What do we see happening? There are certainly a lot of businesses, both here in Frederick and outside of Frederick, that see this specifically as a huge opportunity. So we want to make sure that we deliver and get to the end zone.
Yeah.
To
and I think
fulfill that.
Frederick would love that. I mean, I've heard a lot of great things, the potentials, and it would be very exciting. And, Warehouse and High Rock put a ton of money into this location, and it's great. Warehouse Cinemas has just been phenomenal, but it would be so nice to see some support from some other businesses for them too, where this could be kind of an entertainment area. What are the challenges with 40?
Well, there's a few challenges that come with it. I think first and foremost is it's kind of set up in pockets. So each individual center, we've got fences around it.
Right.
The other primary challenge is the fact that we are on a state highway. And so pedestrian traffic crossing on both sides or even around, we want to make this as safe but pedestrian and bike friendly as we can, because we want people that live on the north side to be able to travel to the south side safely and vice versa.
Yeah. So are you guys looking at maybe plans for how that to tie everything in together across? Because I do know that is an issue. Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that are coming from that. The city is actively engaged in that. They just recently received a grant to help improve the pedestrian and the bike traffic that's out here. I'm interested to see what those plans are and see what type of influence that we can have upon them, but that's only a drop in the bucket. The other part of it is going to be just standard education for both drivers and pedestrians.
Yeah.
Where's a safe place to go? But at the end of the day, there's going to be a natural hesitancy of wanting to walk across a state highway to go somewhere else. And so we have to find a way to make that safe and make that happen. And I've got some ideas behind that, but we are going to need everybody's support. We need community support, we need business support, we need real estate support, and we also need city and state support. And I think that's a lot of players to get to the table.
There's a lot of players to get to agree to one thing, for sure. I say dig a tunnel, or maybe we can, I don't know what you got to do with there. So you're going to have a pretty big job ahead. So right now, how can Frederick, the greater population, help you to move things forward? Like what are things that you may need from the greater city?
You know what, what I want is I want to invite everybody to come back and not even come back, but continue to come to the Golden Mile. We have a lot of businesses that are opening up almost every single week. There's a new business that opens up out here. And there's so many small businesses, and these are majority of them. We've got some big boxes here, but the majority of the businesses are out here are small businesses, and we want to, and I know how much Frederick supports small business, and I want them to continue to support those small businesses, especially here in the Mile.
We'll give them my card, and I'll get them on the show.
Certainly do that.
Because,
I can fill up your calendar if you need.
Look, this is why we're here, and even the group Everything Frederick and More, it's a free resource for these businesses to use, and we would love to see the engagement, because I do think what you say is a little bit true. It feels very sectioned, right? I think 40, when you look at even Westview and 85 and all of these, you want to see kind of this melting pot that spills into other communities and other areas. And, I think people would be happy to support them. And I think if you can find a way to also deal with the traffic issues or the people crossing and all of that, I think that's all going to improve. Is Trader Joe's ever coming to Frederick?
If I had that answer, boy.
That's the one question every group gets. I think every time somebody says something is open, it's quite funny, actually.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard Whole Foods.
Whole Foods,
everybody loves those. I love those. I hate the fact that we have to travel to Montgomery County, or we have to go to Loudoun County to go find one of those. I hope that gets resolved relatively soon, because there certainly is a market here.
I know.
So if they're watching, please.
Yes.
We'll find you a space.
That's right. We will find you a space. What do you feel like obviously getting to know everybody along the Golden Mile and trying to figure out kind of the inner workings of what's been happening and shifting them to a new view. What do you feel else is like on the horizon for you in this role? Like, what if we painted a brush and said you had everything you needed, how would this area look to you?
Well, I think that it's going to be a lot more and continue with the inclusivity that we have. I think we're going to have more, I know we are going to have more economic development that is focused here on the Golden Mile. There's a lot of opportunity, and there certainly is space. And this is an inexpensive place to start a new business, and that's why we have a lot of small businesses out here. It's not as expensive as some of the other areas in the city, and so we want to make sure that we are highlighting that, and we're helping those entrepreneurs that are just getting started, finding them a place where they can get moving.
It's kind of like a first-time home, right, for somebody. It's a great starter place to feel your way through starting a business. It's great, Well, look, we are looking forward to the Golden Mile and reimagining and its rebirth, and we've got somebody at the head who's going to help us get there. Chris McDonald, the Executive Director for the Golden Mile Alliance. We're looking forward to you giving us things we need to do as Frederictonians, but coming back to the Golden Mile, I think is a pretty easy one, especially with some of the great businesses that are here already. All right, we will see you next time. That's great. All right, I want to thank Chris and, of course, Warehouse Cinemas for allowing us to hang out there and shoot a video. Great place to have little meetings and things like that, so centrally located and great parking. Okay, well, just want to remind you guys about the giveaways we have. A couple of them finished today, and I'm going to be selecting winners later this evening. Monday, I'm going to introduce you to Maddie from Shirt Pun. I love youth entrepreneurs, and I don't want to call her a kid because she's not really. She's a youth. And you'll meet Katie from the Humane Society of Carroll County, and they've got an awesome program open to residents of Frederick. And I might have to give our Frederick Humane Society a call and see if we can do something like it here. All right, we're on all the socials, so when you have a minute, search, follow, subscribe, like, comment. I know, it's a lot to ask, but I really, really appreciate it. And it does help every single one of the businesses and people that we have interviewed so far, and it's going to certainly help all of those coming soon. All right, it is Friday. Get out there and be great. Frederick, like I know you can.